Hey folks, Chris here with Drift. Trout opener is just a couple weeks away now, and we are getting excited to get back out there. Wanted to come at you with just a few tips to get prepped for the season. Make sure that it's as good as it can be for you. So a lot of our gear, trout gear at least, maybe not steelhead, but trout gear has been sitting in the closet for a few months now. We've forgotten about a few things that needed fixing, and things may have even degraded and need replacing. So it's a great time of year to do a little stock check of everything that you have going on and make sure that you are ready for the big day. So looking at your pack, first off, take a look, make sure it's clean. Nothing will slow you down out there, like just scrap bits of line and stuff in the pockets of your vest and all that. So make sure that's in there. Make sure you didn't lose your nippers on the river last day. Check your floatant bottles, make sure that they're still topped up, make sure you have exactly what you need. Take a look at leaders and tippet. Nothing will set you off like losing a bunch of fish because you had a rotten spool of tippet in your pack. So especially nylon tippet, not such a big deal for fluorocarbon, although a few seasons old, maybe consider replacing it. But nylon, especially finer sizes, best rule of thumb is to replace the stuff every year, as it will dry out and weaken considerably. So a great tip is actually to take a Sharpie and write the year that you bought the tippet on, just to make sure that you aren't hanging on to old stock. Same goes with leaders, but especially, again, any of the thinner stuff, a small decrease in breaking strength can really make a big difference. While you're at it, take a peek underneath the spool keeper as well, and make sure you still have a bunch of tippet on there. Another really annoying thing would be going, just grab a length of tippet and you run out on the river, especially early in the day. What I usually do is I'll take a peek, but I will also pack a fresh spool of tippet somewhere in my pack, just in case. I know I'm going to need it at some point. I'll just have it in there for when eventually these do run out. And your flies, check them out, make sure obviously that you have what you need, tie or buy anything that you need to replace, but a great opportunity as well. Just take a look at the hooks, make sure that they aren't rusted out on you, make sure you didn't put a box away wet accidentally last fall. And while you're at it, go ahead and crush any barbs on new flies. As you know, most of the rivers around here for trout, the Credit and the Grand, are barbless fisheries for the most part, and definitely the rules are not forgiving. Barbless means barbless. Make sure that that barb is crushed flush to the point of the hook, and when in doubt, put it through a piece of cotton or a piece of cloth and make sure it doesn't grab any fibers on the way back out. That is what constitutes a barbless hook around here. So great chance just to review your flies and clean anything up that needs cleaning. Looking at rod and reel would kind of be the last components of this, where with the rod, pretty simple check, throw the whole thing together, make sure that everything feels good. Take a quick look around for any kind of damage that might have happened, again, you forgot about last season. Definitely seen it where folks, they put in a rod kind of haphazardly in their rod tube, broke a little bit of the tip section off, maybe didn't even realize that it was broken until they get out for opening day. Just throw things together, make sure everything looks good there. And then for your reel, if obviously there's any sand in there or whatever, clean that out. But the bigger concern is usually the line. So first off, any old leaders on here, rip them off and just throw them in the trash. This is an old leader for me, so I'll rip that off, get rid of that, just so there's zero chance that I confuse that for something fresh. And then take a look at your line while you're at it too. Lines, nothing usually happens to them sitting in the closet, but again, little bits of damage that you might not have noticed last season can come back to bite you. So take a look, make sure there are no little nicks or anything in there. And while you're at it, great chance to clean your lines too. A lot of the time, just a simple bit of like soap and water run over a cloth over your line will take off a lot of little bits of dust and grit that might have gotten on there. That helps a lot, but you can also then treat your line with a dressing of some kind. So Airflow makes a great one with Whiz Lube. Loon makes them, Rio makes them, every company, SA makes them. Choose your favorite, and make sure it is a dressing designed for the line that you're using. So most dressings are made for floating lines only. There are some that are safe to use on sinking lines too, but if you use the wrong one, you actually could kind of screw up how the line works. So just make sure that you are getting the proper dressing for your line. And that's kind of the big stuff. We've actually gone ahead and included a downloadable PDF below that includes some of our top tips, a little checklist for you, just to make sure that you're ready. Another very key thing that we all forget to do till the last minute a lot of the time is fishing license. If you haven't been fishing already this year, make sure you get a new one if you need it. So check that out, download the checklist below. We hope you have a great opener. We'll see you on the water.